Hi traders, welcome to the video. Please pause the video and make sure you understand the disclaimer before proceeding. Traders, Anthony here, looking at Ethereum paired with the US dollar. So we've traded into a key level. We've got this daily distribution level here and this one previous. So we've got this nested level on the daily. It's a big resistance level. And I'm thinking that we possibly could see a retrace. I'm looking for a trade opportunity. We'll go down to the 4 hour and we'll get closer to it. Thing to note about this is, look, on this daily time frame, we've got this thin candle here, this green one. Going to pick up the candle left and the candle right. So we've got this gap, imbalance, price gap daily. At some stage, I would imagine this looks to rebalance, trades through. On the daily, we've got, it could take a while, but we've got this accumulation level down here. So that's daily, and then we got these levels above. So I'm just looking for like a day trade setup, but I want to map this out on the higher time frame. Now we've also got, if you have a look at this green candle here, look left, grab the high, look right, grab the low. And I'm going to pull that through as well. We've got this gap. That's more immediate. I'll just mark that on a daily, and then we'll go down the lower time frames and see what it looks like shaping up on the 4H and what have you. And then we'll go down further and see kind of opportunity we might have. On the 4 hour, I'm interested in just the levels around where we're trading and where we've rejected. See, we rejected off this green candle here. 4H, this balance area back through here, that's nested with the daily 4H. Okay, this is a big level. So see how we've traded up to it. We've had a couple of goes at it here. Haven't been able to crack that. So you can see further back that this is a pretty significant level. There's been a lot of business through here. So that's our resistance at the moment. Does this have enough oomph behind it to push through? I'm thinking that maybe not. I'm thinking this might need to pull back down and grab liquidity from further under before it can kind of move any higher. Could be completely wrong, but when you trade into that after you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know what I mean? Like we've got this fifth wave thing going on, and the other thing we've got going on with this is on the 4H we've got this imbalance here. So we've got an imbalance on the daily, and now this is nested here with this 4H. So we'll just mark that up as a 4H price gap, and these will be points of interest insofar as if we're looking for a day trade opportunity today, this is going to be the level that I'm going to be targeting. So if we consider this strong move here and we grab a fib, pull a fib from the low to the high here, kind of makes sense that a retrace back down in. So you see how I've got this 61.8786 on this fib, and it kind of coincides quite nicely. We've got this imbalance, and then we've got this balance area down here. And I'm thinking, and like the other thing is the market's looking for liquidity. And if you think about two things, one, it's going to look to rebalance, and it's going to look for liquidity. So we've got this balance area here. So I'll just mark that up, 4 hour balance area, 4H. And this gives me a pretty good roadmap. So we've got this 4H level here. We've got currently where it's trading, but this level above. So there's your resistance, there's your support. We've got this price gap daily in the 4H here, imbalance, and this balance area being a target. So if we think about it from that point of view, it kind of makes sense that we see this pull back. Now, the other thing is we've also got underneath here, same thing. So we've still got this to a degree, all right, a bit of an imbalance through here, but further under, that's more significant. So my question is, does this look to, do we get, a fairly significant retrace here? So we've got the 4H price gap here, and see this candle here, we'll pull up the left and the right there and mark that 4H, and there's a roadmap, price gap 4H, pretty clear. It's going to look at these levels, it'll trade to these levels, and if it pulls back, this is what it's going to look for. If you were to pull up a volume profile, it would look something like this. Let's just draw it. Volume profile as in traded volume through this level. So see back here? So we've got that, and then it backs off through here, and then it comes back out around here. Okay, this is my volume profile. And then it backs off here, and then it comes back out something like that. Okay, hope that makes sense. So what I'm talking about is traded volume. So have a look at all right, this balance area through here, and then under we've got this gap, and we've got this gap. So that this gap coincides with this gap here. This gap coincides with this here. So this is the volume profile, traded volume. So fair bit of business here. There's a price gap. More business is done here, as you can see through this balance area, and then we get another gap, and then we get this balance area down here. So we see that volume profile. So I'm always looking for the opportunity, if this breaks this low, to trade through, looking for, there it is, something like that. Hope that makes sense. So Ethereum, dollar. So on the 4-8, I mean, this is my first port of call here. And the kind of price action I'm looking for on the lower time frame, I'll show you what that looks like. We'll go down to, say, a 15 or a 5 minute. But before I do, guys, I want to mention, check the links below. Have a look at two of them. There's a free Telegram group. You're welcome to join. Love to see you in there. And the other one's We Trade Your Forex account. You might find that really interesting. Some of the stats and the history of the account, the master account. And you can connect your account to mine, basically. So let's just have a look here. If we go down, I'm interested in these levels here. So if we take it down now to, say, a 15-minute time frame, see, we've got our levels marked up here, and it's going to show on the lower time frame. It's easy to navigate insofar as if I'm going to take a short, where are my targets, for example? Let's just back these off so we can. Okay, so daily. So the white coloured order blocks, the purple coloured are gaps. The gaps. Okay, so we've got gaps all through here. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see if this does roll over here. Keep an eye on the stock markets, because I think risk on, risk off thing does have an impact on crypto, and I think you'll find that Ethereum, Bitcoin, fairly closely correlated. Risk assets, if the stock market tanks, we could see this. Well, we'd see strength come into the dollar. So I would expect then Ethereum dollar to follow suit. Anyway, keep an eye on the US 100, the tech stocks. Here we go. See, we've got this range. We're trading into the London Open. The London Open kicks off around 1900 my time, Sydney, Australia. So we'll just mark that up as the London session open. Well, the kind of thing I'm looking for here as we trade into this time is I'm looking for a short. I'm not interested in buying at this level. I would rather let it go. But I am interested in a counter trend, the retrace back down. Here's our levels right here. This is my target, the high of this 4-hour order block here through this gap, right? The kind of thing that I'm wanting to see is if we just grab this range. Okay, we've had a bit of a move above, all right, but we don't see a break below yet. Okay, so what this is doing is building liquidity above and below. All right, so we've got a liquidity pool resting above the range. So you get this balance area. You've got buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Fairly even number of buy and sell activity. But what happens then is it builds up. These stop losses build up above and below. And you're going to find that at some stage this is going to crack the high or low, probably the low of this range. So we've had a bit of a stab at buy-side liquidity here already. The kind of thing that I'm looking for is going to be this, for a short opportunity. This is a 15-minute, I could even go to the 5, but let's just have a look. See how we have this even, more or less even number of buy-sell. Then we get this move here. So the kind of thing that I want to see is a move under, and then I don't know how it plays out, but I've drawn this in previous videos, and there you go. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, we've already had a crack at that. I want to see it draw, and this is drawing short traders in. It builds more liquidity above, and this is where you get a decent trade out of this. A decent outcome is if it attacks sell side liquidity here, and we trade up, and it has a go at this level here. It takes out liquidity under, it takes out liquidity above, and then what I want to see is I want to see a trend starting to form here on the lower time frame, and I would go down to even a 3-minute chart. So wait for it. Let's see if it cracks this base, trades back up, and then we start to see it trending down on the lower time frame. So what I want to see is a trend forming, like lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high on the lower time frame, and this, right, once that establishes, that would be an entry point for me. Now be careful. That's what I'm waiting for. All right. Now, if this doesn't set up, then we can scrap this idea. But I'm looking for a counter trend. I'm looking for a short, the retrace, and I want to see that, and then I'll get involved. My target, well, I might just leave this drawing as it is, and we'll just see how that plays out. But you can see down here, like, you know, it stops above. It's just kind of obvious. Stops above this daily order block high, perhaps, or even this 4H. If it starts to trade under, that's you can put your stop loss above the high here and keep it fairly tight. This price gap, and then we've got this balance area under here. That would be the target. So let's see if we get that. Guys, I think that more or less wraps it up. That's my take on the euro dollar. Again, look, can this mess around here and trade north? It can, of course it can. You just got to wait for the setup and see if it sets up. And again, I'll just, before I wrap up, I don't want to get involved long with this. Look how overextended it is on the, you know, on the 4-hour time frame. It's way out there. So I want to see the retrace, and that's the opportunity I'm looking for. Click the links below, and with that, safe trading. See you in the next one.